Good morning, everybody, and this is your DAX setups for today. So the previous two all-time highs are very much in play. This is the first one, which was this year, and that is at 16,431, and then this is the one from 2021, which is 16,309. So yesterday's price action, you can see kind of a little bit of a inside bar hanging man. That, when you see this kind of setup here, it's quite bearish. And then we got this move past it, which looked like it was going to just continue to the upside, and then we got the rejection coming in. So that is a fairly decent pin bar, that. But it's against the trend. So the trend is very strong to the upside. We are a little bit parabolic. So you would expect some kind of a deeper pullback, and you'd expect these levels to be tested, to be honest. And if you look at the oscillators, we are overbought. So everything that you see here on the 8th hour is not something for jumping in long. It's something for sitting quietly and waiting for better structure. So when you start dropping down to the lower time frames, you're going to see a bit of confusion. So firstly, this wedge that I spoke about yesterday, looks like it has broken. So there was the bottom of the wedge like that. And that's the top, obviously. And you can see we formed a nice fractal here. So we've got two fractals on the top and we've got three on the bottom, and we're drifting sideways here. So I'm just going to get rid of that because that will add confusion. So for all intents purposes, it does look like we are going to get some kind of a pullback. The trend is up, so whatever pullback is coming is not going to fall to the floor. It's not going to turn bearish. It's really just a pullback to find some support lower down for another opportunity to the upside. So the minute you get down to the lower time frames, it starts becoming a little bit clearer. You can see we did test this area yesterday as expected. Tested it twice. And remember, this is the newest all-time high. Got going, got rejection, so big pin bar rejection there. Would have been some short entries here. I'm panicking here because the stop would have been above that pin bar, and then eventually it got going. So that's against the trend. And if you look at this you look at the oscillators at the moment, we're kind of drifting lower into oversold territory. So yeah, this is not really giving us much. The high time frames are saying be careful. Lower time frames are saying there's still some juice left here to the upside. So for as long as we're doing this above and below moving averages, we stay away from it. So at the moment, as expected, yesterday was going to be sideways, which is why I stayed away from it. And then today, I'm looking for an area of support. So where is that area of support going to come in? This level is still a pretty strong level to pay attention to, that 16,431. Alternatively, what's going to happen here, and we'll do it like this. Do that. So I'm going to put two levels in here. There we go. So this is kind of the structure. You can see, use that as resistance, went past, use it as resistance again, gapped up, broke straight through it, broke up, tried to use it as resistance again, didn't work, up, tried to use it as support, didn't work, down, tried to use it as resistance yesterday, didn't work, up, and now we're trying to use it as support again. So this zone is probably what the area you need to pay attention to today. So it's between 16,480 and 16,469. If we start dropping below this, I suspect we're back to the bottom here at 16,431. And if we get above it and come back and test it, then there's a fairly decent opportunity for a long with a very tight stop loss of around 25 points. Where to is going to be the interesting one, because I think this gap would be the first thing, and then you're going to test these highs here. And there's nothing really else to hold it up. So first gap close, then try and breach these highs again. Last thing that you want to do is just get this trend line in, because that did form yesterday. You can see two touches up there, obviously double top as well. So, and this will probably be bottom of range. So that is 60 points, 46, 79, 60 points probably sits in the middle of nowhere. So what I would do is pay attention to this area as well. Anyway, that's kind of a confused outlook that I have at the moment. So to me, it's more of a case of sit quietly and wait still until we get some match up on the higher time frame. So I'm looking for some structure here. The hour is getting structure, but I want something at least on the 3 hour. And if you look at this on the 3 hour, I can put another trend line on the bottom here, and that's a big triangle. So yeah, I don't think we're going to get a break, to be honest. I think it's more going to be a case of either keep drifting sideways, form a bigger range while the oscillators ease off, or a pullback into this zone here, which is 1643 and 16409. If we get through that, then there'll be better structure for, well, bearish structure for a move down to this level at 16309. Okay, so anyway, that's kind of my view at the moment. So it's really, really busy, as up and down with no real direction. So until this clears, I think I'll just sit back and wait and just see if we get better structure through the day, or alternatively just wait for the US session. There is a little bit bouncing around on the S&P there. And there could be something there this afternoon. Anyway, that's it for me. Hope it helps, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow morning. Cheers for now.